The Philadelphia Eagles have officially kicked off their training camp. And from the very first moments, they've made it clear they're not just defending their Super Bowl title, they're coming back, hungry and ready to show the rest of the NFL that they're a team to be feared once again. The excitement surrounding the camp is palpable, especially with some young players stepping into the spotlight and making bold moves that have already started conversations across the league. One of the most talked about moments so far comes from none other than Jordan Mailata, the veteran offensive tackle, who didn't hold back in his praise of second-year edge rusher Jix Hunt. Mailata's glowing remarks about Hunt have Eagles fans buzzing and should send a shiver down the spine of opposing teams preparing to face Philadelphia this season. Training camp began with the usual energy and anticipation, but the Eagles wasted no time in making headlines. Before the players even hit the practice field, General Manager Howie Roseman quietly executed a move that might not grab the biggest headlines, but could prove to be incredibly smart and strategic. The Eagles signed veteran defensive end Agbo Akarano, a player who has bounced around the NFL with stops in Cleveland, Houston, and Los Angeles. This signing might have flown under the radar for many, but it's actually quite a significant addition to a defensive line group that is largely young and still finding its footing. Akarano, now 30, comes in as a depth piece with experience and the potential to make solid contributions, especially as the Eagles look to maintain their defensive dominance, with fresh talent stepping into bigger roles. Looking at Akarano's recent years, he's been a consistent rotational player who's chipped in with decent production. In 2024, with the Browns, he recorded 3 sacks and 23 tackles. The previous season saw him rack up 4.5 sacks and 31 tackles. And his career best numbers came in 2020 with Houston, where he notched 5 sacks and 44 tackles. While he's never been a star or a household name, his steady contributions and veteran savvy could be valuable for a defensive front that needs depth behind its younger edge rushers. It's a low-risk signing that offers a potential high reward. If he doesn't make the roster, the Eagles lose very little, but if he can step up and contribute, it's a win for the team. This move is a smart start to training camp and speaks to the front office's plan to blend youthful talent with seasoned veterans. As the players reported to camp, they also went through the usual media day routines, giving fans and reporters a first glimpse of their off-season progress. Videos and photos showed familiar faces like Jalen Hurts, who is already entering his 6th NFL season, a reminder of just how fast time flies, and newcomers like rookie linebacker Jihad Campbell, who's already making waves. Other stars like Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Cam Jurgens, and Nico Dean looked sharp and ready in their midnight green uniforms. But perhaps the most eye-catching footage came from defensive tackle Jordan Davis. Back in the spring, Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio made a point to say Davis was coming into the season in the best shape of his life. Now, seeing Davis on video and then on the field, it's clear Fangio's words weren't an exaggeration. Davis looks noticeably leaner and more athletic, a transformation that's rare for a player of his size and position. Watching Davis move in practice, it's easy to see how his weight loss and improved conditioning could translate into a breakout year. Last season, Davis was already a key part of the defensive line rotation and showed flashes of his pass rushing ability toward the end of the year. This year, with his physical transformation and his growing skill set, it seems likely that he could take another big step forward and become an even more dominant force on defense. The combination of his size, speed, and technique makes him one of the most intriguing players to watch in the Eagles' front seven heading into 2025. In addition to Davis's story, the Eagles added to more defensive tackles to the roster during camp. Jacob Sykes and Joe Evans, the latter coming from the UFL. These moves might not shake up the depth chart immediately, but they give the team more options as camp progresses and competition heats up. Often, these kinds of signings are about creating a competitive environment in practice and finding diamond D's in the rough who can step up if injuries occur. Speaking of injuries, there were a few notable absences on day one. Jalen Carter, a young defensive lineman, missed practice due to a shoulder injury. While it's nothing to panic over, it's always a concern when key defensive players start camp sidelined. Guard Kenyon Green was also absent, dealing with a knee issue, and Nico Dean, another defensive back, was placed on the physically unable to perform PUP list to start camp. Head coach Nick Sirianni confirmed that Dean's injury would keep him out for a significant period, though he praised Dean's rehab work and expressed confidence in his eventual return. These absences are reminders that while the excitement of camp is high, health and recovery will play a crucial role in how the roster shapes up. One of the most surprising updates came from rookie linebacker Jihad Campbell, who was expected to be out until mid-August after suffering an injury earlier in the offseason. Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio had previously projected Campbell would miss a good chunk of training camp. However, Campbell surprised everyone by participating in the very first practice. Not only was he on the field, but he was also moving well, fast, physical, and getting reps with the second-team defense in team drills. Reporters noted that Campbell was limited but already taking live reps in 11 on -11 drills, showing that his recovery is well ahead of schedule. By the end of practice, it seemed Campbell was close to a full go, which is great news for the Eagles, especially considering the linebacker competition looming ahead. Speaking of competition, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., another linebacker with starting potential, was reportedly taking the first-team reps at camp's outset, but the door is wide open. If Campbell continues progressing well, he could very realistically start Week 1, potentially becoming a difference maker for the Eagles' defense. That battle will be one of the most intriguing storylines as camp moves forward. Beyond the linebackers, several other positional battles are already taking shape. At right guard, Tyler Steen has seemingly solidified his grip on the starting spot. The competition there might not be as fierce as others, with Steen appearing to be the clear favorite to start. Meanwhile, on the outside cornerback spot, Healy Ringo has been taking essentially all the first-team reps. He's looked like the early frontrunner to start on the outside, but there have been some growing pains. In the first practice, Ringo was beaten twice deep, once by Terrace Marshall during 7-on-7 drills, and again by A.J. Brown on a back shoulder jump ball that went for about 20 yards. While those moments may raise some eyebrows among fans and commentators, it's important to remember that this is just the beginning of training camp. Ringo is a young player with plenty of upside, and even the best corners get beat sometimes. It's all part of the process of becoming a reliable starter. The safety position looks like it could be the most hotly contested spot on the roster. Sidney Brown started practice with the first team, but it appeared he and Andrew Makuba were splitting reps fairly evenly throughout the session. This kind of rotation suggests a close battle that could last through camp and potentially into the season, making the Eagles' secondary an exciting unit to watch develop. An interesting wrinkle in the secondary involves Cooper Dean, who's been versatile in his defensive back roles throughout the offseason. Initially a slot corner, Dean has also taken reps at outside corner and safety. And defensive coordinator Vic Fangio has hinted that Dean could see time at safety and base packages. To maximize his presence on the field, Fangio praised Dean's skill set for the safety position, saying it suits his abilities very well. Early indications from practice show that Dean started alongside Reed Blankenship at safety and base sets, suggesting the Eagles are leaning toward using him there at least for now. Of course, roles can shift as camp progresses, but it's clear that Dean's versatility will be a key asset for the defense. On a lighter note, A.J. Brown has been vocal about encouraging and pushing his teammates, including Dean, to reach their potential. Brown jokingly calls him All-Pro Coop, emphasizing the high expectations he has for Dean and the competitive environment in the locker room. That kind of leadership from established stars is exactly what helps young players thrive and elevate the entire team. Meanwhile, second-year edge rusher Jix Hunt appears poised for a breakout season. Hunt had a solid rookie year, evolving from a third-round project to a legitimate pass-rushing threat, contributing meaningfully to the Eagles' Super Bowl-winning defense. The hype around Hunt has only grown, especially after reports from the spring indicated he's become more comfortable and refined in his technique. He's focused on improving every aspect of his game and has shown flashes of greatness. His first practice this year only confirmed that trend. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles, and don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what's quickly turning into one of the offseason's juiciest whispers, rumblings around the NFL suggest that star wide receiver A.J. Brown's exit from the Philadelphia Eagles may not have been as amicable as it once seemed. While official statements painted the departure as a routine business move, recent comments from Brown himself are fueling speculation that deeper tensions with the front office were at play. Sources close to the situation say Brown has hinted at a growing dissatisfaction behind closed doors, particularly regarding how he felt undervalued and underappreciated by the Eagles' top brass. Though Brown has not gone into extensive detail publicly, he recently made comments alluding to not being seen the way I should have been, and a general lack of recognition for his contributions. Brown, who played a pivotal role in the Eagles' offense since arriving in 2022, was considered a cornerstone of their receiving corps. However, murmurs suggest that the relationship between him and team executives may have been strained, especially when it came to contract discussions and internal respect. The receiver reportedly felt that his impact on the field wasn't matched by the treatment he received off of it. Insiders believe that while the coaching staff remained largely supportive, tensions may have flared between Brown and members of the front office, particularly around how team culture and player leadership were handled. Some even speculate that Brown's frustrations were quietly growing over the past season, with subtle signs like sideline tension and cryptic social media posts now taking on new meaning. Of course, the Eagles have made no official comment regarding any internal friction, and Brown himself has stopped short of naming names. Still, the idea that one of the league's top receivers might have been pushed out due to a breakdown in trust with management is a storyline that won't be going away soon. Could Philadelphia's front office be rethinking how they handle star talent? Or is this simply a case of a player seeking a fresh start? One thing's for sure, this isn't the last we'll hear of what really happened between A.J. Brown and the Eagles. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.